Hello, how's everybody doing? Well, while I'm doing my makeup, I want to share with you some things that I've been thinking about this few days ago, right? Okay, this is a concealer. Not concealer, this is concealer. This is no, is sunscreen protection. Sorry. Oh no, I made a mistake, but it's okay. Let me put this one here. Right here, like this. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was telling me, Josie, when you talk to black people, you cannot talk to them about Marxism, about communism. They will not understand. And then that got into my head, and I was thinking, why? Why they will not understand what is Marxism, right? What is communism, basically? Communism. Let's talk about communism. So I was thinking, okay, what is communism? Communism is a system that will not allow any person to strive, to develop their talents, to use their imagination, their creativity, to make money, to be independent, right, from either the government, their king, their master, whoever owes them, okay? So I was thinking, wait a minute. Slavery is part of this mentality. Slavery got to do with somebody, a human being the owner of a person, and that person is only gonna receive from he or her owner health, food, shelter, and hard work. But that slave will not have money, will not have prosperity, will not have nothing, not even a property, right? It will not have no property to get independent from its owner. That is that system of slavery is being implemented for many years. Many years. We're talking about centuries, okay? If we go back to Moses' time, we could see that reflected, all right? We could see that reflected during Moses' time when he took his people out of Egypt, okay? And when we go through history, we're going to see a lot of empires owning a slave. When they used to conquer cities, towns, they used to kill their men, the strong men, and they used to keep as a slave ladies and children. And this is being going on for whole history, human history, all right? So, saying that, the modern system of enslaving somebody is communism. And you may say, why? Why communism? Because communism is the new word to implement the same system that was implemented in the past. But it gives you a little illusion that you're still free. For example, communism uses a lot government money to give some people social help with the social programs, right? Social program help. On that way, that person has to be voting continuously for the same person who are giving them those benefits. But at the same time, the person, the people, the family who are receiving those benefits cannot have a permanent job with a good pay, because if you make $1 more than what is required for the government to give you free housing, free food, free, you will be losing all those benefits. And then if you have children, the government will pay you for each child that you have without a father. But at the same time, those children are growing up in a system that are going to be repeating in the future, and they're not coming out of the poverty. You see, poverty is communism. Poverty, having one generation after another generation after another generation in poverty, when they make you think that they are providing you with social programs, they are helping you out so you can survive. So, and then you stay home and you don't work, you don't develop you don't develop your talents, you don't develop your creativity, you don't develop everything that will help you to be independent from politicians, from government, from anybody around you, including your own family. You know, there is some family that we have some members like they are older and they want you to do exactly what they want them to do, and they want to keep you enslaved, you know, with the mentality, I am older than you, you're supposed to be listening to what I say, and I have more experience than you. If you do this way, this is gonna be good, you know. I mean, a manipulation or whatever, however you guys want to call it. The whole point about this is when we start explaining the Black community, the Marxism is the same thing as slavery. It's the same thing as slavery. Then probably they will understand what's going on today in the United States with President Trump. You see, Jim Crow Biden, Jim Crow Biden, Joe Biden, Jim Crow, He's the perfect example of enslaving people, persecute them, using Marxism strategies, Marxism techniques to have the candidate opposed to him accuse, persecute, prosecute, changing laws, changing stuff just to hold him back in order for him not to be elected. So what I'm saying with this is whatever Trump is going through is what the Black men, the Black community, especially the Black men, are been going through for many years. So what the Black community are seeing now today is if they're doing this to a millionaire white man, what they used to do to us, so that means it's not about race, it's about power. This is about power. This case, back in those days, the Blacks were targeted, especially the men, especially the provider of the house, right? But today, the target is a man called Donald J. Trump, because he represents power. He represents money. He represents independency. He represents everything we want to be. We want to be independent. We don't want to depend on government. We don't want the government telling me what we're going to do or what we got to do, what I'm going to do with my money, what I'm going to do with my children, where I'm going to be sending my children to school, how much money I'm going to spend in money, how much money I'm going to spend in a trip, you know, if I want to fly out to another country, and so on. So what I'm trying to say with this is, whatever Trump is going through, a lot of black men should be reflecting why this white man, millionaire, who the black community used to love before he became president, before he announced that he was going to be the president of the United States, he used to love them, and suddenly everybody gave their back to him. Okay? Gave their back to him. But now, with all this political persecution and prosecution, some of them still don't understand that what we are going through is what we call communism. Communism is the system that goes against America's foundation. Communism is what we understand as a controlling people. And remember, America was founded with freedom. And people were born free and they will die free. So there is no such a way that a communism have to do with the Constitution of the United States of America, with the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence. And let me tell you something. Is Americans back in those days, the founders of the United States, after they get independence, the colonies, they wouldn't understand what the Declaration of Independence says, that all men are created equal. We wouldn't have this problem today with the black community or with the Hispanic community. You know why? Because people back in those days, and still today, they still applying that and they don't understand that we were created equal. God, our creator, create all of us. All men are created equal in United States of America. So when we bring back the Constitution of the United States of America, when we bring back the Bill of Rights, when we memorize, understand the Declaration of Independence, we will have 80% of our problems solved, but solved like this. But what's going on with Joe Biden? Joe Biden, he's not following the Constitution. The rhinos are not following the Constitution. The dinos are not following the Constitution. They are not implementing the Constitution. The amendments, the Bill of Rights are being violated on Trump. At least 4 amendments. The first one, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 5th. All those amendments are being violated on him. So at the moment that we start implementing the Constitution, what are the requirements to be a president in the United States? It doesn't say nothing about being felon or nothing like that. And I follow the Constitution. That's what it matters for me. When they call and start calling about implementing the Bill of Rights, and when we finally understand that all men are created equal, in this land, all men are created equal, 80% of our problems are gone. And then we have to work out the rest of the stuff. But while blacks is still holding on into, you used to do this to us. If he's a black man, and they don't understand, and they don't hold on and call out the other race, that we are created equal, and take the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and shove it into their faces. When the black people start doing that, taking all those documents and shoving it to their faces, that's when we're going to start recovering our country back. But we are getting distracted. While we are getting distracted, that we were a slave. My grandparents' parents were a slave, and I don't have that trauma. There is something about here in the United States about slavery. We need to start forgiving, and forget if we're going to keep ahead. We're going to go ahead. Look into the Bible. Look at Joseph. He was sold into slavery. He got a trauma of 40 years being a slave and having mad, I mean, upset, and he was angry, and he was hating all his family, especially his brothers. But at the end, it worked out for good. He saved his family, he saved his father, and he saved a nation. He saved two nations. He saved Egypt and he saved Israel, the nation of Israel. But he went through forgiveness. When my black community start talking about forgiveness, that's when we're going to overcome everything that we're going through as a nation. But of course, we had the white liberals constantly reminding you guys, racism, 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 because that's the only token they have to control you. And you are allowing them to control you. Back in my country, the token that they used to control people was social status. And they are still using that today. But when we people like you and me realize and wake up and we notice that the token they're using is to enslave us mentally, emotionally, and physically, and we don't declare war on that mentality, we're going to keep on going the same route over and over, and over. And we are not going to have the change that we need. Everybody is upset because Trump is guilty of charges, and the people who love Trump are worshiping Trump. What about George Floyd? What about George Floyd? Everybody was worshiping him. The whole country was on fire. Cities went running run down, destroying the cities, the Democrat cities, because of George Floyd. And then they are calling us that we worship Trump. No, I worship God, but I can see through the whole mess. And the white liberals are using your feelings to keep you with the mentality, a slave mentality. No, America is a country, is a racist country. Oh shit, that's when I said we are a racist country. Well, what happened with Obama? We got a black president, and now we have a black vice president. So explain me how a racist country can elect a president, right? Being black, and we still being called racist as a nation. Explain me that. Explain me that. It's all game. It's all game, distraction. What I know is today I am paying 50% taxes. 50% in taxes. That's what I'm paying today. And that's what we call Marxism. Okay? But if you want to go ahead and vote for Biden, there's nothing I can do for you. Because later on, you're going to end up losing your house. You won't be able to pay mortgage. You're going to end up losing your car. You are not going to be able to pay your car. You are not going to be able to survive and to live the same kind of life that you were used to. I think this is the time for America to wake up and understand what poverty is and how people in the street, they survive. Especially those one homeless, they survive. By being on the street, looking for food, counting their pennies to see if they can stretch out. Let's see. Okay? Let's see. Because in order for you to understand what Cubans, Venezuelans went through, you have to go through it. There's no other way that I can explain it to you. Look it up. What is Marxism? And then when you see what is Marxism, what are the main statement of being a Marxist, you go look it up, slavery. You go and look it up, what are the main role of a king. Of a king. And you're going to see that all those concepts come like this. Because all those systems in the past and the present, the whole idea is to control you and control me. And the last time I checked, the movie Song of Liberty, the Founder Fathers, America Founder's Father, taxation without representation is tyranny. So, I encourage you to check it out, look it up, stop listening to the media, stop listening to the full, fake, traitors, Democrats and Republicans, rhinos. Stop listening to them and do your research. Do your research. It's time to start. It's time to put our brain to work using the cell phone and the internet to try to understand what those systems are. The systems are slavery, socialism, communism, fascism, and now globalism. Okay? From an independent country, now the global agenda want to come in and control our country. So we got rid of England in the past, and England is coming again with the global agenda against the United States. And you guys are distracting yourself with race, with he say a lie, or because he said he could grab a pussy, or because he was thinking on whatever. While you guys let be free or let it continue, Clinton, the raper Clinton, that Hillary Clinton, everybody surrounding Hillary Clinton is dead by suicidal suspicious, right? Okay, and all the corruption that Hillary Clinton did when she was the Secretary of State. The dossier, the Russian collusion, that was Hillary. She got election interference. She interfered in that election. And not only she interfered in that election, she interfered in a government. She interfered with a sitting president. He couldn't pass no law. He couldn't do nothing because they were just behind his tail, impeaching him. So, what I'm trying to say with this is another thing. When Democrats hold on onto the same standards that they are holding onto the Republicans, and then we can talk. But don't be so hypocrite, Democrats, trying to put Republicans in a box. Oh, the moral, the standard. But you don't keep the standards and you don't keep the moral. You know what? We are tired of your bullshit. We are tired of your hypocrisy. We are tired. And we don't care. We do not care. Get it through your head. Before, you guys used to manipulate us that way. Not anymore. And this is thanks to you guys. This is thanks to the Democrats. They finally wake us up. Because I was thinking the other day, when we elect a president, I'm not electing a pastor, I'm not electing a deacon, and I am not electing a teacher, the church teacher. You see the difference? A president should not be a preacher or a teacher or a deacon. A president is a president. He must have somebody in his side praying for him, like minister and stuff like that. Yes, of course. But the main idea for a president is to be the administrator. Administrator. And you know what? Biden is not being a good administrator. If you want to deny it, right here, at least take your hand and put it in your pocket. And your pocket will tell you, hey, he's messing us up. And all this is going straight to 2030, the global agenda. Globalism, the global agenda, who's trying to enslave again America. So we will become a colonist, and we don't have no rights. So it's up to you now what you want. If I want to leave this country, I'm probably going to have a place to go. And nothing is going to happen to me. But you white people and you black people from America, you don't have nowhere to go. You don't have nowhere to escape. You know why? Because a lot of countries from those countries, a lot of people from those countries, they hate you. Because their politician taught them that everything bad is happening to them in their country is United States fault. So wake up, defend your country, because you don't have nowhere to go. If you stay here, you're going to be the new slave of United States of America under the Biden control. Obama-Biden control. Yes. Have a good day. Okay. Vamos a ver.